The Z to Z Podcast.
Good morning, good evening, or good day, and welcome to the Z to Z Podcast, the home for Xbox achievement hunters and Gamerscore junkies. I'm your host, Brandon Fream, and thank you so much for listening. At Z to Z, we love gaming, and in particular, grabbing achievements and gaining Gamerscore. We do news, reviews, and interviews. If it's about achievements, we'll unlock it. You can find show notes for this show, as well as previous shows, on our website, z2z.com. This is episode 92. You can also contact us with questions and comments on Twitter at Z2Z, Z-E-D-T-O-Z-E-D, or at our forums, forum.z2z.com, or email us directly, contact@z2z.com. So this is number 2 of the live show, so hopefully you enjoyed the first one. You came back and visit. We're getting better. We're doing what we can. You can see with me on stream, of course, we have Prus. How are you doing, Prus?
I am doing great. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Thank you very much. We also have, apparently below me here, a pile of bananas, which I assume is Randy. How are you doing,
Randy? That's right. I am a pile of bananas. In case you guys didn't know. Red bananas, to be specific.
Oh, those are the red ones? I got the chat overlay, so I can't see.
Yeah, no, that's red bananas. Funny thing is, this week when I went to the grocery store, what did they have again? Red bananas.
They don't. So I've never seen red bananas. Like, there's honestly never. I don't know.
They're really good.
They look like they're more the color of sweet potatoes.
They do. Yeah, they look like yams.
They change a lot. Like, they almost go purple. Like, when they're kind of green, they're kind of purple.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then they turn like red and then brown eventually when they get too ripe.
Brilliant. Okay, well, we have a fantastic show today. Lots of good stuff to talk about. Why don't we should we do our news and announcements, or should we go right into what we've been playing? What do you want to do, Prue? You tell me.
Let's do news.
Let's do news. We got some things to talk about. Certainly some community stuff, because those of us in the achievement hunting community are just crazy excited right now for the onset of the EUH, the Ultimate Head-to-Head Contest number 3. It's starting this upcoming Monday, September 18th. Registration is unfortunately closed, so if you didn't get your chance to get in on that, too bad, but you can watch. There are 1,678 gamers right now total in the contest, and I have 84 of those from my friends list. I had mentioned on the last show, if you want me to follow you and see the exploits within that contest, send me a friend request on trueachievements.com. My gamer tag is Freamhole. That's where you can find me on there. And I'll put you on my little list, and then I can kind of track and see where everybody is scoring and how they're doing with their matchups and whatnot. I'm not going to obviously say all 84 people's names, because that's just crazy, but certainly we'll pull out some highlights. You know, maybe if people get all 20 of their achievements on a list, that's pretty darn cool. Maybe some wins. I don't know. I'm certainly going to talk about my wins, which will be very short because I will not have any, unless I find a pudding somewhere. But Prue, did you sign up?
I played in both of the other versions, and I'm excited to do this one too. I mentioned it last week on the show, but because of my laziness and refusal to kind of cater my list in any way, I had no problems. I could just sign right up, and I've got lots of achievements ready to go, so I'm excited.
And Randy, you know?
No, I didn't want to add that many games to my tag. Plus, I'm going to be busy like this. I barely played this week. I had one of my friends from Canada come out, and he's staying with me for about a week and a half, so we're around doing stuff.
Doing non-gaming things?
Yeah. We'll probably
I know he's a gamer, though. He was on the show a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably play some sports league or something, but I mean, we got big plans. We're going to Six Flags.
Six Flags,
which unfortunately...
Right. Is that Great Adventure, then? Is that the closest one?
I don't know which one it is. But it's
the one in Jersey?
Is it in New York?
Yeah, it's in New York.
It's probably Darien Lake, then, I imagine.
I don't know.
I've been to Great Adventure.
It's a bit of ways, but I mean, it's doable. It's doable in a day. So we're gonna go up there, and that should be fun. He's never been to Six Flags, so should be a good adventure. And get this, I've got some McDonald's mapped out. So I went on McDonald's or on Google Maps tonight, and I mean, as you guys probably know, I love unrenovated McDonald's from the 90s. They're fantastic.
Yes. Right.
So I went on Google Maps, and I looked at all of the McDonald's from here to there, and I marked which ones were
retro style
or plausibly retro style. So we're going to make a few stops along the way.
Okay. You're just you put your little thumbtacks in your map as you go down, hitting all the random McDonald's along the way?
Well, I saved them to my Google Maps. So, I mean, I can unsave them if they're not good. I don't know. Maybe.
What do you mean if they're not good? Like you go in there and it's
like
just
you go and it's like, oh, this has been
toilet
renovated.
paper on the floor and
No. It's been renovated. I mean, the toilet paper. If it's an old style McDonald's, there can be as much toilet paper on the floor. I do not care.
Gotcha. Well, that sounds like fun. We have actually some comments on the UHH here. On Tuesday, I don't know, and I know Fug was there, and we had a couple people, Facial LaFleur showed up, but so we know him because you read his gamer tag as Xpovos, right? I know a lot of people in the community are familiar with that, and so I asked about it. Well, it turns out he's writing his name in Greek, so it's actually Kronos, right? The Chi, Rho, O-N,
okay.
Yeah, Kronos. So I've been saying it wrong the whole time. Sorry, Kronos. But so I was on his stream on Tuesday nights. He has a friend that her and him do a stream. We played Interpol, which actually it's kind of fun to do the hidden object games like on Mixer here because it's so snappy. Like everybody can participate. So we had like Fug saying, "Hey, the helmet is on the seat behind the bus driver or whatever," and like you could actually type in and find the stuff within the stream. I mean, it was like a hidden object picture for everybody to play. Kind of a little hidden gem in the world of streaming. But so I was on his show, but he has a question for us regarding the UHH, and he asks, can there ever be a contest run in a competitive fashion where it's not ultimately ruined by folks who's going to bend the rules to improve their odds? Sports ball it up. Weasel Pizza says that a balanced contest involving Gamerscore achievements would require fresh tags, a set amount of time, same games available. Not that it's not necessarily that fun, but it's a competition, and that's ultimately what esports are, right? Everybody starts. You can't bring anything into the thing. He even mentions that not having a LAN environment muddies up the integrity because people can do silly things with their connections and how you, especially when it comes to Gamerscore and unlocking things. Ultimately, it's probably going to be an issue again this UHH. I don't see how we're going to be able to get along with not having people preload tags, not having people manipulate their lists. We were hoping that with this 10% cut in the amount of games that you could have, that would actually you could be visible to your opponent, and it's going to be visible on a leaderboard. It's going to say, like, hey, yeah, the person you're playing only has, 5% of their games taken off their card. And it's like, oh, wow, okay, so this is his legitimate collection. Or you look at my tag, and it's like, that clown has 70% of his games removed from this competition. Like, so he's gaming the system, and then they'll watch me score, and they'll say, I'm still not worried. But that's, so it'll be nice to at least have visibility. You can hold people accountable. So if, we start getting toward the end there, and obviously you can't go into the knockout stage, the 256 final people, without reaching that 10% threshold. I know I can't be competitive, so I'm going to have just some fun and do whatever I want. Proulx, on the other hand, you are going competitive. I mean, you've got your whole tag open for everybody to enjoy.
Yeah, I don't know how competitive that's going to make me. I think, though, to answer the question, there is no way in any competitive venture that you can, you set up rules to kind of push the competition in a certain direction, but the people that win will be the people that find the way to stretch and almost break those rules as much as they possibly can. I think that's going to be the case in any sort of serious competition. It's those people. It's not the people that are just like, for instance, in UHH, me, I just leave everything open. I'm going to be at a severe disadvantage against those who push the line as far as they can when they're trying to set up their collections, which is fine with me. I don't care. I'm doing it for fun. I'm actually not actually competing. But if you're doing a real competition, people are there's going to be a metagame. People are going to find a way around the game, and that is going to put anybody that is, quote, in the spirit of the game at there's no way they're going to be able to win. So it's just the nature of competition. It depends on how seriously you take it, and some people are going to go that step further, and sometimes they're going to go even beyond that, obviously. But I just don't think there's a way to. You can do the best you can, which is I think what you guys are trying to do here. But I don't think you can stop that kind of behavior.
No, and I mean we even see this in the leapfrog that's going on right now, and it's not that you're necessarily gaming the system or anything, but like you're looking ahead, you're planning and saying, okay, well, what games are being released right now? What DLC is going to come, or not title updates are going to be available? What how can I plan this out, stretch it as best I can? What can I preload to make sure? Because we're up to 7 now. I mean, like, geez, like it's the leapfrog right now is insane. We're down to the last 6 people right now, and I just don't, without having a game plan and trying to find that that thin line of the rules about how much preloading can you do to get to the point where it doesn't unlock before that that cutoff and things. And the UHH is going to be no different. There'll be people who figure out ways to game it. And I mentioned on last show where, us in the community events team spent so much time trying to come up with all these ways to circumvent people from cheating. And it's like, look, we're gonna argue till we're blue in the face, because no matter what, someone's going to find a way. Like, that's the beauty of it, is you just make things more difficult, but you can't be foolproof. I mean, it's all, my stance is you make it so it's essentially meaningless and everyone just wants to play for fun, but there's such a huge group, and I know there's tons of people in the community, they want that competitive gameplay. Me, I know I can't be competitive, so I don't really care for competitive. That's why you'll see so many Z to Z contests that aren't competitive. I can't do it. But yeah, UHH 3 starts Monday. I'm super excited about it. It's going to just coincide with the random to-do list, so I'm hoping I get some crossover, right? That'll be nice. That
would be amazing. How many weeks would you like to win, Fream?
How many weeks of the UHH would I like to win?
Yeah.
Well, the beauty of it is after 4 weeks, I'm going into the Just for Fun pool. So we'll have, I think it's set for 12, maybe 11 weeks of actually getting to play. So we'll get matchups for 11 weeks. So let's say it's 12. Okay, I think I can legitimately win. I'll take my prediction at 4. I'm going to get 4 wins out of the 12.
Okay.
What do you think?
That's
not the first 4 though. I think I'll win 1 of the knockout tournament, and then I'll win 3 in the Just for Fun.
Should we have some sort of like if one of us gets matched up, or one of us gets matched up with our community members, some sort of maybe extra thing if we either win or lose or something. I guess it depends on the circumstances, but I think there would be a lot of fun things to do there if we end up getting matched up together at some point. So,
you think you and me are going to get matched up together?
No, not us specifically, but I mean
just in general.
Any of us. Because last year, I think it happened a couple of times that.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
That some people got mixed up in the community, and I'm like, it'd be fun. It would be fun to like play some wagers, or maybe throw some prizes around or something like that. But I guess we'll have to see what happens. But
if we have any community head-to-heads, like those will get mentioned on the show for sure. I think that'll be fun. It's a great way to, promote, people who listen to the show and things. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I mentioned to Rich about, and it's too late this year. It didn't come to mind until after the registration had already kind of got close to closing. But I was thinking, we should probably have a way to not have your game share partner match up, like take them off the list. I said, Rich, they have a remarkably similar games list, so maybe there's a way. And my suggestion was like, go ahead and like type your name in of like, this is my blacklist person, right? I can't match up with ZZ Urban Spaceman, right? Because we're game share partners. And then he would have to reciprocate that and say, yep, Fream hole. So don't match us up because we game share. Because I was thinking if they didn't reciprocate, I'd have, there'd be 1,500 people who said, yeah, Matthias, I'm game share partners with Matthias. I can't match up with him. or Jambot or Jimbot, I mean, or Danielle JJ, or I mean, all the guys who like finished in the top last year. Yeah, I can't match up with them. Sorry, no, we're game share partners. Anyway, Randy, that's a lot of talk about stuff that you don't care about.
Yep.
What do you want to tell me some things that you do care about? Like maybe what you've been playing this last week? You said you didn't do much.
I haven't really played anything this last week. What did I play? Well, actually, that's not true. I played The Darkness.
Oh, like you said you would.
Yeah, which, as the podcast knows, I'm sure, I didn't really enjoy the first time I played it, so I'm giving it another shot. It's better than I remember. I mean, it's old now. It's pretty rough. But it's better than I remember, and it's looking like it's going to be pretty short. So we'll see how that goes. I've gotten most of the worst of the annoying stuff at the beginning of the game out of the way. So that's nice. Now I really just need to sit down and play the rest of it and find a couple of collectibles along the way, and I should be good. I think you said last week I have 3 achievements in that game on a random shoe list.
Yeah, so I think so.
I think I got 2 of them this week. If not, I'm very close to the second one.
Look at that action.
Yeah. Making some progress.
How are you doing on your random to-do list? I can pull it up right here.
Just the darkness.
Are you going to do anything else?
If I finish the darkness, I'm probably going to work on Sonic. See if I can get one of those done.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I saw Spanking Spronkle, so thank you, sir, for posting... hey, come over to Z and play the random to-do list. It does exactly what you want, a nice casual thing where you can just every month get a new list of achievements and things. So you want to get in on that? Prue, Randy, anything else that you were working on this week besides Darkness?
That's it.
That's it? What's your win of the week?
I played RuneScape. I played RuneScape too. So I've been flipping items again for money.
Oh, you son of a... What is that your win of the week? What's your win of the week?
No, my win of the week actually is not gaming related because I haven't been doing very much of that this week. But my friend who came here, that we used to work at Sears together, and in the photo studio, there are great signs straight out of the 90s. Like, this font is unreal. So Sears is closing. The Sears we worked at is closing, and he worked there pretty recently, so he still knows some people. So he was able to go in and buy these photo studio signs off the wall, and they're fantastic.
So
you had to buy them?
Yeah, I think they were like $5.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so he's just gonna have pictures of random people and like put them up in his house?
No. Oh. They're not like pictures of people, but
they
say, I think one says prep and one says smile, and then there's like A and B because there were like 2 studios.
Okay,
but they're super goofy looking and they're awesome. So they're gonna go on the wall of my studio downstairs, I think.
Nice. See, I was thinking it was like you're gonna buy the pictures of what would come in a frame like pre-done.
Yeah,
those are my friends, Bruce.
I don't know if those
Janet.
are still up because the photo studio closed way before the store did. Then they just like filled it with excess inventory. So
all I was thinking of when you were talking about 90s and photos was if you could get like one of those big laser backgrounds from the early 90s that everybody had.
Well, like a neon sign?
Those are like a thing. Those are like a thing again, though. I know Damien got his picture taken with one of those somewhere.
Yeah.
I think it's his gamer pick now, actually.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's recent.
Right.
That's not like an old picture or something. That's
awesome.
That's recent, yeah.
That is absolutely brilliant. Prue, what are you up to this week?
Oh,
you got a win of the week you want to start with?
Yeah, I do, actually. I beat Halo Reach on Legendary and Solo, which isn't a huge deal, but it was the final kind of challenge I've had. We're almost done boosting Reach now. In fact, as of last Tuesday, a good chunk of us only have 1 achievement left, and then the rest of us will clean up in the next few weeks. So we're going to be moving on from Reach, I would say, by the end of September, probably. So if anybody's looking to boost Halo 4, you guys can join us next month. But yeah, so Reach, I literally only have 1 achievement left, but the biggest thing was that I beat the single player on Legendary, which I had done half of years ago when I first played the game, and it was frustrating, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So that was exciting. Another Halo will be done very shortly for me, so that'll be 3 so far this year, and I've been trying to do as much as I can. That's pretty exciting.
Are you on pace? Because that was your goal for the year, right?
Well, it was kind of a stretch goal. I said I wanted to finish as much of the Halos as possible. I'm thinking I'll probably be able to get 5 or 6 of them done. Starting with Halo 3, going Halo 3, Halo ODST. What am I missing? 3 ODST, and then Reach, I guess. I thought there was one. Yeah. Reach, and then I think by the time the end of the year comes, I should be able to get 4 done. And then some of these smaller ones like Strike or Assault or whatever. So other than that, I've been playing a lot of Telltale games, like I've been mentioning. I finished Game of Thrones, which is the last version of that, which is a terribly depressing game, so I'm glad to be done with that. Still working through Wolf Among Us. I've started
games do you have left?
And am now about halfway through Jurassic Park, which was a very early Telltale game. It was pre-Walking Dead, but it's still pretty good. It's much better than Back to the Future, and I'm enjoying it, so it's not bad. So,
how many Telltale games do you have left? Because I feel like you've been playing Telltale games a lot for a long time.
If we count the stacks, I have quite a few left still.
Counting the stacks.
Oh God, there's probably 5 stacks that I have left, and then I have to do the 2 early CSI games, and then get a hold of the Wallace and Gromit games, and then at that point I'll be done. Other than the stuff that comes out every 2 weeks or whatever.
Is there a series completion thing on TA for Telltale?
Yeah,
there is in fact, and I am at right now 65% of unique games.
Interesting.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do they have a rank for that?
Oh God, I don't know. I don't think I have a global rank. Let me check if I can see real quick.
I mean, presumably,
there's a leaderboard. They don't count stacks though. So they just count the unique.
Yeah,
there's no stacks leaderboard, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to be way, way, way far down on that for sure.
Yeah, that's dumb.
But I'm still getting a lot of that done, and I'm excited. And other than that, of course, the other brand new thing is since we finally finished Titanfall, like we talked about last week, we started Plants vs. Zombies last night. And oh man, and it was literally the first time I installed it and started playing it, and it was it was just like a breath of fresh air, man. It was so much fun. There's a whole bunch of people there. I got like 10 achievements without really knowing what I was doing, and it was cool. I'm really excited about starting a new game, and this game will not take until next year. I promise you that. This is going to be... I don't know how long it's going to take, because I don't have quite the sense of the game yet, but I'm certainly going to be working on it way more frequently than Titanfall. But I'm excited to start it. And there were people there that weren't in the Titanfall sessions, so it's kind of cool to get a little bit of a mix up with new people and some new blood really in there, and it's just really good.
Sure. You guys did the one version, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think somebody said 64 achievements between the lots of you. So that's,
I think Big L said that, but it was really effective. I think everybody was just popping them left and right, so it's cool.
Yeah, it's nice to get some of that. And there is a spreadsheet up if you go into the Discord chat, discord.me/Freamhole. If you go in there, there is a room for Plants vs. Zombies, and a lot of people have editing rights into it. So we're populating the achievements that we have, and so blacking them out when we're done. But I mean, there's a bunch of people who haven't put those on there yet, and so the idea is start populating this, black the whole thing out, and make sure that we cover everybody's needs and things. Looks like I'm not entirely sure everybody updated theirs from last night, but boy, that's a lot of people interested in the one version there. So yeah, that should be a lot of fun. Sorry I missed it last night. I was at the Twins game. It was awesome because I'm pretty sure that was the first walk-off home run I've ever seen. So that was super fun. But anyway, Prue, is there anything else that you wanted to add to your gaming of the week?
Nope, that was it. That's it.
Delightful. So my win of the week is, let's go with... I kind of have two. I'll go with this one first. It's not that impressive, but I did cross my 300,000 TA milestone. This last week, I've been just ticking up and above that. I should look at what my ratio is, because I only have 177,000 Gamerscore, so I got a decent ratio, 1.7 TA ratio. So that's not too bad. I mean, I go for relatively difficult achievements. So I crossed 300,000. I also, I'll save that piece. I did end up finishing The Walking Dead Season 2. So, Proulx, I listened back to the show after I had beaten it. We're talking cryptically about, which actually made for a terrible podcast. I feel super guilty about how bad that was. But I misjudged where the story was going, and ultimately what I thought was going to happen didn't. I did end up siding with Jane on that one, and so that was fun. I'm interested to see what happens in the next one. It was fine, right? The game was decent enough. I enjoy the storytelling. I don't know how you do all the stacks, because I don't think I could go back and do that again. Like, maybe if enough time goes past, I would. But like, it was.
I know, Fream, that you just complained about talking cryptically about things, but do you remember what your prediction was?
I did, that I would be walking alone.
Did you end up doing that?
Nope.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't feel like I had the chance. Was there an opportunity that there wasn't three of us at the end of the?
I don't know.
Did you have a storyline where there weren't three people at the very end?
Well, when you say three people,
no, I mean at the very, very end, after you make that critical decision,
right? And then there's only kind of, by three people, I think you mean 2.5.
Sure.
Okay. Yes.
So yes, is there an option where I don't have the half?
Oh no, the half will always be with you. I assume.
Yeah, that's the way I thought the story was going. Is that I'd have to choose what to do with the half.
Oh, okay. No, that's not. The case.
And I was gonna say sayonara. That I don't want that problem.
I understand. Yep.
So yeah. Anyway, let's see. Moving on. Zombie Army Trilogy. We are getting real close to wrapping this thing up. Koosh and I went and played, just the two of us. We found a little boost spot, and I think maybe we got one more session between me, Beer Me, and Fug, and Koosh, obviously, to finish that out. We're at kind of like at solo points right now. It's just like grinding kills. But some of those bad guys at the end, yes, there are places, if you look in the TA guides about killing summoners or the flame guys or things like that, there are great checkpointing spots that you can do solo, because the checkpoints are more frequent. But if you do it with two people, then you have somebody to run interference. So for instance, killing an elite, which takes just a ton of bullets, is, you can just take them down faster because you got two sets of bullets coming them. Or on the level where you do the summoners up in the windows, two people can be shooting summoners, and the other two or whoever can be killing all the scrubs down below. And so that, you have less annoyances to deal with, and you get to sit around and have fun and talk. Now, once you get to the point of killing, severing 10,000 limbs, okay, that you're just going to end up doing by yourself, finding a gun to just give a bunch of dudes and let it ride. But suffice it to say, with Zombie Army Trilogy finishing on Sundays here, that's my normal day for that opens the door, and there has been discussion about doing Borderlands on Sundays. So hopefully that works for people, and if it's not Sunday, we can move it. I have openings on Tuesdays, Wednesdays. I know you guys have Halo, so we'll try and, if you're interested in some Borderlands boosting, small little boosting groups, go over to the forum or the Discord chat, discord.me/Freamhole. I know Doughboy, who's our moderator in chat today. Thank you, by the way, Dave. Has been posting the links to that. Go into there and you can sign up and just say you're interested, you want to get a part of it. I think this will end up beginning probably not this upcoming Sunday, so that would be the 24th, I think is the Sunday. Maybe we start up on the 24th. Sunday night there.
the thing, we need to let us know if you're interested, because I think, like Fream, you were just mentioning, it's obviously only going to be 4 people groups, so it's going to be a smaller boosting session. But I think we're going to have obviously multiple going on, maybe possibly even 3. So we really need to get a kind of sense of where everybody that's interested is, so that everybody can be used most efficiently. Like if you're done with Borderlands 1, you just want to work on Borderlands 2, let us know where you're at. We'll get a list together of everybody, because I'm eager to start that. I want to finish those out.
Agreed.
And there's a lot of people there's a lot of interest out there in the community, so I think we can definitely get a few groups going.
And certainly in the first session, so whenever that is, flags put in the sand, you might just find some special weapons or armor, just happen to be laying around on the ground. I don't condone cheating of any sorts. You might happen to find a gun that can kill everything in one shot with unlimited ammo, or maybe a piece of armor that makes you invulnerable. Might as well show up. It might be fun. You might find something interesting. So moving into Borderlands, that's the plan at least. Few last things here. Of course, I have my giant spreadsheet of all the things I'm trying to get done in the month. I should actually, my random to-do list, I'm at 6 so far. Prue, what are you at?
Oh, man. Well, last night, I think it was last night. Yeah, last night I hit my second. This is by far my worst month. And I'm
ahead of you?
Yes, it is. I can't explain it.
Not in points, though.
Because that Halo Master Chief was worth quite a chunk.
Big
there.
Points, yep.
It's just this list is, to me, I look at it and I'm like, I don't want to boost the Assassin's Creed whatever Brotherhood stuff. Like, it's like every achievement is just something I just don't want to go for. So what I'm really hoping for is that on Monday I get some crossover between my random to-do list and my and the UHH, and I can start working on it.
Right?
Yeah.
See, you just need to get one of them, and then it'll never show up again. Just get one. Get that one Assassin's Creed, and then it's gone. It's gone forever.
So, total tangent here. I was just looking at the random to-do list master board here, and Tarragon made that awesome spreadsheet with so much more functionality. It's super cool. And I was looking at the pool size that people are pulling from, and there's a lot of people have pruned their list down, so they're in the 4,000, 5,000, 3,000 range. I mean, respectable levels of lists here. And then I look at Mighty Mango with 49,850. So he's got 50,000 achievements. I'm like, wow, that's really high. I wonder if there's anybody higher. Oh, yeah. There is a higher. The Tomatometer. The Tomatometer 177. 116,502 achievements in his pool.
Wow.
How is that even possible? How many achievements are there total? Clearly there's over 100,000. I think does it say on TA somewhere what how many achievements are on the list?
Yeah, I think we can probably figure it out. It'll take a minute.
Every freaking game. And I thought Mango pretty much had every freaking game. So that blows my mind that's so many achievements. So I've been working on my random to-do list and also trying to get the Gamertag challenge. So I need my E's, right? Sea Monkey Powder is this month's Gamertag challenge. So I'm doing my E's. Enigmatis 2, real quick, just got that out of the way. And then Crinkle Crusher, which is a super garbage game. I hate that game so much. It is the worst, and I just don't get it. I can't. It's like Nicktoons MLB all over again. I just cannot effectively kill these stupid little walking chomp things, and freaking my rings always break. You need to get those diamonds so you can unlock that stupid workshop so I can get my powers stronger. But I'm in the forest now, and things are just getting more and more difficult. It's just awful. I just hate it. Mango's in the chat, and he's defending his list. Anyway, so my second win of the week. All right, this is the other thing. I'm proud is probably the wrong word, but I'm very relieved that it's finally over with because I had this just nonsense last achievement in Eventide Slavic Fable. So there are missables in this game. And I, if you know, as most Artifex Mundi games, you get a set of achievements for doing the story. You get a set of achievements for doing the puzzles fast, accurate, in a row, without hints. You know, it's pretty much the same list every time. And there's also the collectibles, right? There's always some type of collectibles. Elusive objects, butterflies, flowers, cards, whatever. So this one's no different, and there are butterflies and cards, and I got all the butterflies, no problem. But these freaking cards are, I thought I got them all. I was following a guide pretty much the whole way, and to make sure, okay, did I get everything? I can move on. Did I get everything? I move on. And trying to do things efficiently, didn't happen. Okay, so I went through the entire game, missed one card. Oh my god, okay. So I got to play through at least one more time, find this card. And so you can look up, like I pulled up the, if you pull up the sheet, it'll show all the cards that are there, and you know, you can kind of identify where relatively that card is. And so I pull up the page, and it's right there at the very bottom, the lower corner. I'm like, okay, great. So I pretty much where I thought it was going to be, toward the very end of the game. I got to play the whole thing through. So didn't I hijack your chat, Prue? I think you guys are playing a game, and I decided to jump in and just listen for a little bit. But so I was working on Eventide that night. So I played through the entire game. It took me, 2 hours to just rush through it. Like I was just, hints, just everything I could do just to get through it as fast as I could. And I got to the very end, and now I'm like looking at the walkthrough, and it's like, okay, cards. Okay, I'm doing the search. Okay, I got that one. I'm finding this one. Oh, did I get that one? Nope, I got. Okay, like the only one that I haven't got in the last 7 or 8 cards is the one inside the room, which is a point of no return. Okay, well, let's just see. So I go in, point of no return, pick up the card. Come on, achievement. No achievement popped. I'm like, oh my god, I just played through this whole freaking game one more time, no achievement. Now I have no idea where this card is. So I'm like, okay. And it's at this point, I think it was like 11:30 midnight. I'm like, I can't just leave it. I gotta find it. I'm going. And so I rebooted the game, and I went line by line, every card. Okay, got that first one, got that second one. I kept going. And about halfway through, there's a maze, where you need to look at these directions and get to where you need to go. And I got to the very end and realized there's a card hidden, very well hidden, at the end of that maze. And I actually almost unlocked. I did the puzzle to open the door, and I almost went in that door, but I paused before I went. Thankfully, I did, because that stupid card at the end of the maze is the one I needed, and boom, it popped. What I didn't realize is that there's a second page. So when you pull up the list of cards, you're only looking at 15. You have to move over to the other set of 15. Of course, that's all full, and those are the ones I thought I was going for. So don't forget, you have 2 sets of cards. So I should have seen that and said, oh, it's in the middle of the game. It's the 15th card that I need to unlock. And sure enough, that's the one in the freaking maze. Long story short, it's not even that short. Long story longer, I finished Eventide 100%. DLC, all that stuff is done. So thankfully, I got that off my table, got that completion. Unfortunately, it actually doesn't help me in my completions contest. I had to move some things around, but I've been playing too many ID at Xbox games, and none of them are qualifying for my completions challenge. Do you remember that when I posted at the beginning of the year? I posted a list of 30 themes that you need to go for. So one's finish a stack. So a game on the 360 and a game on the One. Finish a game that has zombies in it. Finish a game that uses magic. Finish a game that has pixel art. Finish a game that begins with a vowel. Finish a game that's E for everyone. So I made this just random potpourri list of themes for games. And so I think I'm at 20 games for the year. Unfortunately, there's 2 of them. Quantum Break, right? I have, out of 30 things on my list, Quantum Break only applies to like 2, and it's like that's just a game that big. I feel like it should have other things involved, but it didn't. Anyway, suffice to say, if you're interested in that contest, that's still active. You can find it over our forums, forum.z2z.com. Just type the word active in the little search bar, the little magnifying glass, and you can see what all the active tournaments we have going on or active contests going on. So that's it for Win of the Week, what we've been doing. We still have other news to go through. We were talking before show, Prue, and Randy, actually, your friend Zach here brought it up. PUBG, right?
Yes,
it's obviously coming to Xbox here in the near future. We don't have a date for that.
That's a bigger deal than I thought it was initially.
It's a massive deal.
Like, it's crazy. That game just exploded.
That game is out of control, and it's great.
It's
wonderful.
I think I'm
going
to jump on the train like this week, maybe.
I'm kind of excited to hear about that.
I think I've got a bunch of friends that play it, and
on PC, right? It's not
it's only on PC right now, and it's like, it's not super expensive. I think it's only like $30, so it's like, I think I could get my money's worth out of that.
Yeah, I would like to hear. I mean, we were talking before the show, but I didn't understand exactly what the game was, and I still kind of am a little unclear on why it's such a big deal. And I have watched a little bit of footage of it, so you should do it just so you could tell everybody why it's supposed to be so amazing and awesome and wonderful, because I have no idea.
So
I mean, at the very least, I can have Zach just log in and I can play it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Steam share or whatever for now.
Perfect. I mean, anyway, Prue, you definitely need to watch a stream, or at least understand what the intricacies of the game. And I mean, they're still fixing it, debugging it, adding things. They're working on new maps. I mean, it's crazy because, I mean, it just broke all the Steam records, concurrent users. It's making so much money, and it's still, I mean, it's not even close to release. I mean, it's one of those Minecraft things of like, hey, technically Minecraft's still in beta for 6-7 years. Eventually it'll be launched, I suppose. So who knows how long this thing's going to be in beta. But that's not the real story. The real story is, because of its popularity, everybody is coming up with a 100-person Battle Royale mode. And so the game Fortnite, the new release from Epic, is no exception. They have launched essentially a PUBG mode. I don't know what it's exactly called, some sort of battle royale, but jumping on the bandwagon. If you're interested in Fortnite, there you go. More opportunities to play. Of course, we saw at E3 the Darwin Project was pretty much the same as that battle royale. Who else? There was another game that just came out with a battle royale. Help me out, chat, or Prue, or somebody. Anybody know if there's another battle royale?
I didn't even know this was a mode. I didn't even know this mode was a thing until 10 minutes ago. So
battle royale is nuts. And so the cool thing about Fortnite is actually, I mean, you actually get to build in, that's part of the game in Fortnite, is you get to put up forts and stuff. So I'd be curious to see what, I'm just watching this trailer right here, and somebody just broke through the roof. You can't necessarily do that in PUBG. I mean, what you can do is take a car and drive it into a building, and it'll usually glitch the walls, and you can actually hit the guy through the building with your car. So you get banned for that, but it happens. So this kind of, it's mixing it up a little bit, but again, it's total copycat. Everybody's copycatting, but I don't know who's going to come out on top. You get the original PUBG being number one, and I mean, literally everybody's coming out with a mode like this.
I think the game that was designed to be played that way is probably going to stay on top, because all these other games are just tacking this mode on. Who cares? Like, the point is that this game works. It's built around this mode.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't really see them even taking a little nibble out of the pie.
So
at least until someone else comes along with a full game.
When Xbox gets PUBG, will you guys be playing it?
Depends on the achievement list. If it's super crazy, I'll probably just continue to play it on PC.
What if it's game preview and there's no achievements?
Oh, then no way.
Yeah, probably not. Because I'd rather play it with a mouse and keyboard than a controller.
Well, you'll get mouse and keyboard support on your one, and you can do it there.
If it comes out and the achievements
kind of
are decent and everybody else is playing it, I would play it. Oh, yeah. I also know another circumstance. If it goes games with gold, I'll also play it then.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Unless they're making lots and lots of money off those microtransaction boxes.
You know, I wonder, like, would it go games with gold right before it's available on PlayStation? You know, because eventually the exclusivity runs out.
I don't know.
Again, it depends on how much.
It said exclusive to Xbox Fream, so I think that means it's exclusive to Xbox forever. So.
Oh, that's right. So all 22 exclusives, and that's probably what they meant. Yeah, is that it'll never ever go to PlayStation?
Ever.
Right. I mean, it depends on how much money they're making on microtransactions. Like, if the $30 price point is just insignificant to the amount of money they're making, then I think they would make it games with gold.
They got some pretty nice hats. I mean, there was some like ladies like blazer or something that went for like $300 or something crazy like that.
Something stupid, ridiculous.
It's just insane.
Well, see, that's
right?
the nice thing too on Steam is you can actually sell them for real money. Which, if I ever got anything good out of one of those boxes, I'd sell it for real money. I don't need that. I'll take $300 for my blazer.
Yeah, that's crazy. And there's no way they would implement a system like that for the Xbox, right? You just can't regulate that. That'd be just nuts.
I mean, they should. I think it's a good system because it takes out the stupid gambling element. I mean, yeah, you pay $300, but you could pay $300 and buy boxes and still not get it.
Well, yeah, but...
Well, the other thing, too, is I think when that blazer was sold for $300, you could only get boxes by leveling up or something. Like, you couldn't pay money for them yet.
Okay.
So there were only a few or something, and then, of course, people went crazy about it and spent all their money on it. That was my understanding of what happened, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose. That's just nuts. I would never... I don't know. I mean, okay, I paid $3 for some Rocket League cars, but where would I draw the line for some really... I mean, it's like looking at the Overwatch skins. Like, they look really cool. I would love to get one of those, but, like, you need me to put a dollar value on that? I don't know if I can. And the CSGO skins, Team Fortress hats. I mean, there's so many different hats out there. I don't know.
You're wearing
it is Hat Simulator.
I got my hat right here. Go Twins.
Randy's wearing.
They lost tonight. Banana hat.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Rocket League, we got to find a way to fit this in this month. The tournament. We've got essentially our roster in place. I'm going to make one more mention of it here on the show just to catch anyone who maybe listens to the show and is not involved. But I will be posting in the forums this upcoming week, locking down a day or a night or whatever it ends up being, that we can actually get this thing executed. It needs to happen. And we got a nice group here, at least to get a decent tournament started, which, maybe it can wait just a little bit because there's an update coming out from Rocket League that is adding user-created tournaments. The fall update is coming out, and in that, one of the things is going to be that you can have user-created tournaments.
Fream.
And so, what?
Fream, you're sadly misinformed.
Oh, what? It's not going to work?
Those aren't part of the fall update. It's actually there was an article on the website, things that are coming after the fall update.
Oh no,
yes.
We got to wait even longer.
So they're saying that it's going to be in Steam preview or beta, whatever, by the end of this year, just in Steam. They're saying it's going to be on the other platforms early next year, that kind of time frame. So postponing it is not going to really work for that kind of a thing. Yeah. There is going to be a tournament mode, and it's going to come to Rocket League, but it's probably we won't see it on the Xbox for I would guess many months at this point. So
what is coming out in the autumn update then?
Well, transparent goalposts are coming out, which is important and very cool. No, as far as we're concerned, no. usually they advertise when they have, with because they usually come out with these little videos to advertise it, and they usually would say, "Hey, new achievements are being added." That wasn't shown in the video, so it's likely that this update won't have new achievements. It doesn't mean it won't, but it's likely that it won't. So this one may not have anything to do with achievements, but there are some new levels, some reskins of current levels, and transparent goalposts, which are all very exciting things for people who are really into Rocket League. So
that's a bummer. I was excited that I thought this stuff was coming to Xbox, and you're right. I just saw, you read a little. Turns out if you read a little further at the end where it says Steam Beta, and that's lame.
So don't be lazy, Fream. You can't get out of organizing the tournament yourself. You're actually just going to have to write this all down on a pen and paper and get this sorted out. So
I'm on it. So yeah, we'll put something down. Do it by hand. I'm sure I can generate a spreadsheet of something that'll end up working. Okay. Then I'll move into my next topic because one thing I forgot to mention, because there's no achievements involved right now, is Destiny 2. I've been playing a ton of Destiny. Well, okay, not a ton. I've been playing Destiny 2, and it's been super fun. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself in the game. Again, this happened in Destiny 1 as well, because everything's saved on Destiny's servers. So if you satisfy the conditions for an achievement, there's a good chance it will not unlock in game. That you need to disconnect from the server and re-log in. So that means sign out your character and then sign back in as that same character, and that will trigger a check, and then anything that you've satisfied from an achievement standpoint will unlock. Great for preloading. It's fantastic. So I know that I have an achievement unlocked. I just am saving it because there's no reason to. I mean, it's a dumb 10-pointer. I don't need to log out for that. I'll just keep playing. So we actually had a question on my friend feed that JJ Aldana is asking about Destiny 2, and he says, any good? Yay? Nay? What do you think? I really like it right now. Do I like it better than Destiny 1? I don't know yet. It's early yet. I think a lot of the things I mentioned on the last show that they've improved are really wonderful improvements. It'll be curious to see if there's that level of challenge and depth that was in the first one, because they're trying to make it more approachable for people. But it has gone gangbusters, and Activision is reporting that it is outsold the launch of Destiny 1, and that they've got more users playing it, concurrent users right now, than they had in Destiny 1. And so it sounds like people are excited about it, as well as myself. But they made a mistake.
Just one?
And I don't know. Well, this one in particular was not great, and it was so there's an item in the game that the artwork didn't go well. It's called the Road Complex AA1, and it's a set of gauntlets. And so along the sleeve of the arm, and I will post the link here into the chat, and you can see what the item looks like. It is this fancy little green thing, and it has the popular meme, if you're not aware, the Kek meme, K-E-K, which comes from the World of Warcraft locate. But that's not where it finished, you see, because they're essentially now, and again, you can't necessarily stop this. Well, a white supremacist group has claimed that as their flag in this fake nation of Kekistan, and they have made a Kekistan flag with the KEK, and they are essentially using it to troll liberals and promote their white supremacist ideals. And Destiny was just like, I just thought it was a meme. Oh my god, I can't believe they and they're obviously backtracking, denouncing all sorts of things in terms of the that they promote tolerance, and they will not stand for this. It's out. They've taken it out of the game. These gauntlets, they're definitely not allowed. There's actually a picture here of some clown. I mean, you can see the I'll put a copy of the image into the chat here of the Kekistan flag. It's fun. I did my I did my know your meme research on this to try to figure out where the hell everything went, and just tracing the entomology of this thing is just ridiculous. But they made a mistake. They're sorry. I would not have picked up on this. I guess I'm not millennial enough to be into the meme culture. But
hey, now, no need for that.
This is honestly, this is one of the biggest travesties I've ever seen in gaming, and I think that Destiny 2 should be pulled from shelves because this is absolutely ridiculous. I don't want my kids logging onto Destiny 2 to play this game and then
they're white supremacists, just like that. They saw that.
It just happens.
Yep.
Way to go, Bungie! Like how the mighty have fallen.
Pitchfork Nation, get your tiki torches out. Prue, you white supremacist, you're the worst.
What?
I mean, we all saw the flag. I mean, we're all white supremacists now.
Suffice it to say, I did not have that piece of armor. It was not.
Conveniently.
Yeah, I didn't. I haven't played enough to earn that, unfortunately. But I did. I got my my subclass. They did a kind of a cool thing where like you pick up. I found an item. It was a melted gun of something, and it was like, hey, you should do some public events and charge this thing up. I was like, oh, okay. So I started doing some public events. Turns out it unlocks my subclass that I really want. And it happens to be the gunslinger, which I'm excited about. So I've been saving all my points, my upgrade points, because I don't like the Arc Strider very much. He's fine. It's whatever. But like the gunslinger's where it's at. That's my class. And so I'm super pumped. It's kind of a cool little thing. There's a lot of these little nuggets in the game where you can you're on your main path, you're doing your thing, and you're like, oh cool, look at that. There's a little cave over there. I should go check it out. And you just get sidetracked constantly. It's great. Anybody, I did reopen the Destiny channel in my Discord chat. So if anybody's out there interested in playing, teaming up, go into the Discord chat and you can do LFGs through there for people in the Z2Z community. You can, or I guess even in my private chat, I guess it doesn't have to be Z2Z only. There is a Z2Z clan. Now, unfortunately, there's not a huge group of members, so if I don't even know what the bonuses are, but there is clan XP, and so by playing the game and earning, doing in-game activities, the clan XP goes up, and assumingly you get rewards of some type. But if you're interested, you can be part of the Z2Z clan. Everybody's welcome. It doesn't bother me one bit. The more the merrier. I'll be playing for likely quite some time. Although Big L, I think he just posted in the Discord chat today of a guy who he's the 10th person to complete Destiny 2, and you look at his time played. He put 128 hours into that game, and he's been playing it for 10 days. So that's pretty darn significant. 13 hours a day. That's a lot of gaming. He claims he just left his Xbox on overnight and stuff, but I don't know. I wish I had 13 hours a day to game. That would be glorious. Great. Anything? So, okay, I'm done with my Destiny talk. Sorry, Prue. I know you see if you can pull your eyes back in your head because you rolled them so far.
I'm all right. Let's move on to something better, which is literally anything else.
How about this? Because you're such a... Well, this will be for Randy because he's such a rain cloud. Ubisoft is ending support for a bunch of 360 games. All right, don't panic. You should panic a little bit if you're a huge Just Dance fan. But the games...
Well, there's a bit more than just that.
Yeah, it's actually there was a decent job done by who did that? Was it Matt Dan on the forums about kind of a watch list of kind of possible discontinued things, and he went through and said, okay, this is probably what's going to end up happening when the servers close for these Ubisoft titles. Most of it is Uplay stuff, and so that's connectivity.
any dedicated type servers now.
Right.
So just looking through these, it looks like there are 3 games that have online achievements right now. There's co-op in one of them online, so those you can still get. You get them offline too. Or through System Link, I'm not sure which. But Shaun White Skateboarding does have multiplayer, but probably isn't going to be affected. That's my guess.
Okay.
They're probably just the standard Xbox, Microsoft servers.
Yeah.
Just Dance 3 will almost definitely be affected because we have, download one choreography, upload one choreography. So
yeah, those are going to be gone.
Probably going to be gone. So if you've got Just Dance 3 and you might want to complete it at some point, I would do those because they probably take like 2 minutes. And Ruse is the same thing. It's just multiplayer by the looks of it. So that's probably going to be okay.
Yeah, the other ones...
but again, if these are on your tag or you want to actually complete these games, I would do them just to get it done. Because, you don't know what's going to happen. It's very difficult to know based on the information that they give us in history of Ubisoft's dropping support.
Right. Do you have any of these games on your list? The one I'm looking at is I Am Alive. That's the one I'm nervous about.
I have I Am Alive, but it's all offline, so it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be an issue.
Yeah,
but those leaderboards, man, those leaderboards.
The leaderboards are still going to be there. Microsoft hosts all those.
Oh, do they really? I didn't know
that. I don't think anything. I mean, there's probably some Uplay award or something that you can get in that game, but really, like it's pretty much they're all going to be fine.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Well, other than the ones I mentioned, but most things will be fine. Yeah. Should be.
So I got a quick little story here. Last night, I took my dog out, and we were out. I was walking out in front of my house, and there's this big freaking I don't think it was a rat, but it certainly wasn't a mouse. It was way bigger than a mouse, but it didn't look like a mole. I don't know. It was gross, and it was
not a possum.
No, it definitely wasn't. I almost hit a possum with my car last night. I don't think I've ever seen.
Gross.
Yeah, they're terrible. I don't think I've ever seen a live possum before.
I had one walk when I lived in California. There was one downtown, just walking down the street. It was like a little baby one. Oh, so gross.
They're nasty. Yeah,
so gross.
I was in this really rural, forested area to drop my buddy off, and I saw the possum in the street, and so I, slowed down, and he's on the incoming traffic side, and so I'm like, all right, he's just either stand there or go back into the woods, and so I'm probably within 6 feet of him, and he's like, oh, I'm just gonna walk right in front of your car now. I'm like, you idiot! So I slam on my brakes to not just destroy this critter. Oh, they're just gross, absolutely nasty. Cool. Well, you know what? I mentioned we got some giveaways in the stream. So, Doughboy, if you want to send out some of the codes here, we got a bunch of codes from the developer of Squishy that Damien was able to procure. We have a few Twitter giveaways in regards to that. Of course, we have a Twitter giveaway every Monday, minimally. And sometimes we get to do free code Fridays as well. But so if you're not following ZZ on Twitter, this would be a great opportunity to do it because upcoming on Monday, there'll be a brand new game that you can retweet for a chance to win. And, there's not that much competition, let's say. So, we've got that going out. And then I also have a code from – actually, I have 2 codes from Zombie Killer. He sent 2 codes into the show. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being a part of it. And we're gonna do a code for the general stream, and then we have a code for patron only stream. So if you're a patron watching the show, that the pool is even smaller. So thank you so much for being a part of it. What the hell is that bear doing in the chat? He's all over the place right now. Is he behind me?
He's behind everyone right now. Yeah.
What a creepy, terrible, creepy bear. I am not a fan. All right. So here we go. Back to regular show at hand and listener feedback. We had a couple of questions, is the word I'm looking for, that we did not get to last show. So I want to bring them back in. And, of course, anybody in the chat right now, if you want to ask the show a question, we would love to hear some of your comments, your feedback. We're looking at the comments already, but we'd love questions if you have them. I'm going to start with a question that we saved from last week, and it comes from Miserly Pluto. He says, who would you say is the most iconic character from any video game on any console? God, cats are gross.
No, they're not.
Most iconic character from any video game, any console. What do you think?
That's an easy question. It's Mario.
Mario
was by far the most.
Have
easy.
you seen shirtless Mario that's making the rounds on Twitter right now?
Shirtless Mario?
Shirtless Mario. He has. There have been images of him running around in a swimsuit, running on a beach, and it is causing all sorts of consternation amongst the world. People are not happy. Well, it's the internet. Nobody's ever happy. But it's remarkable. And people, of course, widely opens up to Photoshop galore. I mean, I've seen Mario then with, I think it's Trevor without a shirt on from GTA. And so he's got like Italian guy chest hair. They made him real dirty looking. But so, yeah, I'm going to look it up, see if I can find an image.
What have
here.
you been searching for, Fream? Just out of sheer curiosity. How did this come up?
Twitter feed. Just
of course. Okay.
yeah, everything comes up on Twitter feed. But here is, Polygon's got an image. I'll just take an image from wherever. He's. I don't even know where in the game. Oh, geez. So when you type in shirtless Mario, I immediately regret that Google search because I have a plethora of Mario Lopez here. That is not what I'm looking for. I am indeed looking for the Italian plumber. I don't know if I can put this in the chat or not, because I think Doughboy has to let it give me the authority. Anyway, so Mario running around, no shirt on. I can put it in the Skype chat though. You can see it that way. I have to agree. I mean, I think Mario's got to be the most iconic. So, but anybody else? Like, who's second? Who's number two?
Sonic.
Is it no? You think
it would be
Sonic over Link? Let's switch franchises. I don't want Peach. I don't want Bowser. I don't want let's take the Mario franchise out of it, because I think I do agree. I think Mario is the most iconic. Is it Kirby? And all we're doing here is
No, I don't think so.
No, I would think that it would be, if not Sonic, Pac-Man would be up there.
Yeah.
I forgot about Pac-Man.
Donkey Kong probably would be too, just because of the arcade presence before the adventure game presence.
Yeah.
If we're to, I mean, we could do a whole list
of just, and that's the other thing. I keep forgetting about all those classic arcade characters.
Yeah.
Big L mentioned Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. Oh, I think he's typing it in after you say it.
Yes, of course, yes, of course.
He just wants to get his name mentioned. Are there any modern characters that are climbing up that list? He's like Minecraft Steve. Is he to a point where
I wouldn't say he's iconic the same way. I'd say Master Chief would be up on that list.
Yep.
He would be notable.
Lara Croft.
Lara Croft would be a more recent addition.
No, I think Minecraft Steve, especially with younger people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would see that. I just don't think the character himself is significant in any way, so it's a little different.
I guess it's more of just a logo of Minecraft.
Exactly. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, I think probably the pickaxe is more iconic than Steve.
Yeah.
There have been some new pictures of the movie Lara Croft coming out that they look really intriguing. I'm curious where that movie is going to end up going. Again, do we think it's going to be a possibly decent video game movie? I doubt it. I wouldn't really go that far, but R56 Cooper S11 says Crash Bandicoot.
Nah,
No.
I'm not
I mean,
feeling
he was
it.
I would like to say yes, but I don't think so. He was dormant for too long.
Well, and he was a mascot in like the era of mascots.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yes.
he did stand out to some people at that time. But
You can say the same thing about Banjo Kazooie.
That's what I was just going to say. You can say
Spyro,
exactly the same thing with Banjo and Kazooie. Is the people from that era, they're very iconic, but they, again, dormant for so long and with so much competition, they don't stand out like a Sonic or a Mario because they were the two, and they have been for so long.
I think B. Smiddle has one of my favorite answers. Dysentery from Oregon Trail.
That's
very,
true.
very iconic. Not necessarily a character, but certainly hilarious.
They show up from time to time, and definitely their presence is felt in that game quite severely.
I mean, you could call it a character.
You could.
I mean,
I
kind
suppose.
of.
It is very iconic, though. That's for.
But the question is,
sure.
did either of you guys play the Crystal Pepsi Trail?
No, is that a thing? Did they?
It was. I don't know if it's still there. It was on crystalpepsi.net, which is amazing that they put It was made in collaboration with the guy who made Oregon Trail, and it's like a Crystal Pepsi Oregon Trail where you go to the fountain of Crystal Pepsi.
Really?
It's amazing. Yeah. I don't know if it's still up. Like, if you guys want to look, it might be. It was on crystalpepsi.net.
So does that make the 7-Up guy from what was that? Was it
the cool spot?
Cool
yes,
Spot.
Cool
I was gonna
Spot.
say Up
Yes.
Spot, but yeah, Cool Spot. Does that make him iconic?
Was he in a video game?
Yeah, the
the
game was
Sega
like
Genesis game,
really, really well regarded.
It was a very good game. In fact, yeah,
and it was it was the dot from 7-Up,
yeah.
which is weird.
That cat is kicking your ass back there.
Maybe I'm getting that mixed up with something else. But.
It was called what?
I thought it was Cool Spot because he had the.
Is it Cool Spot?
I'm pretty sure it's
deal
Cool
with it
Spot.
glasses.
It is Cool Spot. Yep.
He had deal with it glasses before that was a meme. I had one of those. It was like you could like unzip it and fold it inside itself, and it turns into a basketball. It was like an NCAA stuffed animal promotion or something. Koosh Moose wants me to mention Cole Phelps from L.A. Noire as iconic character. Do you guys know that's coming out? They're remastering that. That's pretty exciting, right?
So Link would be up there, right?
Where you said Link. Hey, the Fug said the Noid. Remember that? Do you guys remember the Noid?
Yes.
No.
That game was tough. I remember playing that on the Nintendo, I think. It was just a generic platformer. I'm thinking of like other. Did Tony the Tiger or Honey Smacks Frog, Smacky the Frog ever get into a video game?
Wait a minute. His name is not actually Smacky the Frog, is it?
I'm pretty sure it is. The Honey Smacks Frog, I think his name is Smacky or Smack.
I didn't know he had a name. I'm gonna look this up because that's
Smacky
it's
the
called Smacky the Frog.
I did, right? I knew it was.
Wait, hang on. I'm looking it up.
It's got to be.
I think Smacky the Frog might be a euphemism for something. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Smacky the Frog, according to Urban Dictionary, is a habitual heron user. So I don't know what you were thinking of at the time, Fream.
Well, so type in Honey Smacks Frog and see what, I'm sure he's got to have a name.
The problem with Honey Smacks is it's basically just styrofoam.
Honey Smacks are delicious, man. Yeah, it's just coated styrofoam.
Is that like Sugar Crisp or something?
Wow, look at all these. I'm looking. Okay, so I'm on the Wikipedia page of Honey Smacks, and they have had no less than almost 10 different mascots. That's crazy. So they had Cliffy the Clown in 1953.
Oh dear, he's terrifying.
Smaxy the Seal in 1957. Quick Draw McGraw. Okay, that's from Hanna-Barbera. That's fine. The Smackin' Bandit in 1965. The Smackin' Brothers in 1966. Ooh, featuring characters from Star Trek. Diggum Frog in the 70s.
Diggum, that's who it is. That's the guy I'm thinking of.
No.
Diggum Frog, yeah, because he shows up later.
In the early... Okay. Wally the Bear. Oh, yes, okay. Diggum Frog Redux, which was in the 90s. Okay. So not Smacky the Frog, because that is apparently something different. But
Yeah,
Anyways.
where did I get Smacky the Frog? Maybe because it was Honey Smacks? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
It
Yeah.
has to be. I remember the bear. Boy, he was short-lived, as I feel like. He had 1 year? Man. Is that the bear in your little room there? The Honey Smacks bear?
You'll never know until it's too late.
Bears do like honey.
That's brilliant. Okay, so next question. I think, actually, yeah, we'll do the other one I skipped from last week. Comes from Skeptical Mario. And he asks, if the Z2Z podcast had a tie-in game, what kind of game would it be? And of course, what kind of achievements would it have? I mean, that's a real question. But if we had our own tie-in game, what do we think? I mean, I have my answer, and I think it's fairly obvious what I would pick because I'm cannot help myself but a zombie beat 'em up, a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
I was thinking a character platformer.
Do we have double jumps?
We could have double jumps.
I don't know. Are you athletic enough? I mean, I think I could go take on zombies with a...
Maybe that's your special ability. You play as all three of us. You gotta swap. You gotta
sort of
swap out
like
and
the
work
Lost
together.
Vikings.
The Lost Vikings. That's a puzzle platformer.
I mean, it could be a puzzle platformer with
still a
characters.
platformer.
I mean, we're characters.
I agree with Cooper. Has to have zombies.
See, I can evaporate because I'm a rain cloud.
There you go.
You can double jump because you're in shape.
Yeah.
I don't know what does Prus do.
I can ride a bear because I have a bear.
There you go.
Well, then I think there was a game. It was an old Flash game that was. I can't remember what it was. It was like in the peak of the emo music phase, and it was a side-scrolling beat 'em up where they had indie songwriters, run through and fight, and then when they got enough, they charged their ultimate meter. You could then unleash their ultimate attack, which they would play, a snippet of whatever their most popular song was. And then something would happen. So for instance, at the drive-in, their popular song was One-Armed Scissors. And so when you unleash your ultimate, scissors rain down from the sky and just rip through everybody. And so I figure we could have something like that when our ultimate comes. We would have, Damien and Planting come running in with Review Zed and then just, start, tearing house with as our guest thrashers or whatever you want to call them. But that'd be a fun game.
That'd be a fun game. Maybe one day if we make it big, we can commission Shovelware Empire to develop a great game.
Yeah.
But more importantly, what would the achievements be? What would the achievement list?
That's true. We almost forgot about that. I don't know. Look like Banjo-Kazooie, probably.
Do we want to pull a Destiny 2, which is terrible, and you shouldn't play it, and only have 13 achievements? Or should we have
we should have
achievements?
We should have 50.
26.
Like Dead Rising.
One for every letter of the alphabet.
Where they're all 20-pointers.
I like the idea of one for every letter of the alphabet. That way, since it's an us game, you can use it in a clutch situations.
You could have two letters. You could have two achievements for every letter of the alphabet, and then have 52 achievements.
Yeah, I'm gonna show this in my camera. I just stepped on this. This was annoying.
So where did that come from?
It's under my foot, and I don't even know what he is.
What even is that?
Is that your cake? Is that your wedding cake topper?
No, I mean
that you're just stepping on with your foot.
I think it's a butler, some sort of toy.
It looks like. Is it from Clue or something?
No, it's not from Clue. It's just some random toy of my kids, and it's a no. Here, I'll get it even closer. Let's see, how close can I get? Zoom in on it, dude. Focus. Woo. Yeah,
Fream, it's 1 a.m. Do you know where your kids are?
They better be sleeping because they'll be in big trouble if they're not. Awesome. Let's see. Next question comes from Oz Bundy Boy. And he asks, so R56 Cooper S11's brother, I don't know if you guys knew that, what pirate game would be the best to play this upcoming Tuesday, which happens to be International Talk Like a Pirate Day? And it also has to be in his birthday.
PSA, if you have Saints Row 2 and you play a ranked match on Talk Like a Pirate Day, you get an extra badge, which means you have to boost less.
Hey, look at that. That's fantastic. So best pirate game. It's got to be AC4, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking I don't really know that many other pirate games. So
Pixel Pirates?
Saints Row 2.
Because you get the badge, that'll count.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be Flint Hook. Flint Hook is got to be the new one.
You know what? There's got to be a lot of games with awesome R pirate achievement references. I bet you there are, and I just don't know them off the top of my head.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I bet there are. Absolutely.
Instead of playing a pirate themed game, what you should do is try to get as many pirate themed achievements as possible.
Just find
that
them.
would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, but so every time I've done themed things like that is if like you have to like open it up to all this interpretation, like, I found one that said plank, like that's a pirate thing, right? Like, yeah, okay, that'd be fine. What about sail? Okay, well, yeah, I guess pirates have sails, but so do just every sailboat or ship. And then you start stretching, like, and running the same thing with the sports theme thing, where all of a sudden it's like everything comes, it's everything's allowed. It's annoying. Hey, look at that! Big L just won a giveaway. Good for you, Big L. Stop complaining. See. Actually, I think he just won the same giveaway he won earlier today.
Nice.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Flint Hook. That's my choice for pirate game. He's a space pirate. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, here's the thing. If you could play Metroid, then you could fight space pirates.
I was gonna say Metroid. Samus isn't a space pirate.
No, she's a bounty hunter, but she fights the space pirates, so that would be cool.
Wait, are those the... Oh, yeah. They land on the Chozo planet.
Yep.
Keith, 271179, he says, hey, I got some feedback on the banana talk from last week. I'm a gardener, and you can grow banana plants from seeds, and they also reproduce by suckers from the base of the plant. And those suckers can be removed from the parent plant and go planted elsewhere. So, and I think we had... who else mentioned that in Discord? Was talking about how the hell you plant bananas. But yes, so they are, essentially, like, you just take part of that plant and just re-go it, and that's a cute picture. And then it, makes its own new banana tree. Do we know about, like, how much soil and stuff do you need? Like, I really think somebody needs to grow a banana tree in their house. Like, I feel like that needs to happen, and I think it should be you, Randy.
I want to have a greenhouse one day, but unless somebody wants to build me a greenhouse with a heater in New York, I don't think it's going to happen in New York. So,
just steal your neighbor's energy and stuff. Just plug into their house.
Well, no,
get
but
an extension cord.
It's not the energy. It's the building of the greenhouse.
What?
Because, it gets cold here in the winter and the bananas die.
Yeah, you are not in an optimal climate to produce bananas, that's for sure.
No. It would be possible in a greenhouse. It would just have to be heated in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a farm around here that grows produce in the winter because they have a giant greenhouse. It's crazy.
Well, I watched Frosty the Snowman, and they killed Frosty inside that greenhouse with the poinsettias in it. I always my kids, obviously we watch that every year because it's an iconic Christmas show. But I always think of like whatever Karen, right? Whatever she gets to watch, and I think didn't Family Guy do a bit like that where. Like, they actually showed Frosty melting in front of her face where she watched the horror as he dies in front of her. Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
You haven't seen the Frosty the Snowman short? Where, those like that made in the 50s where they animated Frosty? That's where, like, the song comes from. They created this thing out of thin air and applied a song to the show. And there's that goofy cop who's blowing the whistle and he swallows it. Like, my kids think that's like the funniest thing ever. Oh,
I don't think I've seen that. Maybe it's
How
an American
have you not
thing.
seen that? Prue, have
Maybe
you
it's an
seen
American
Frosty
thing.
the Snowman, the show?
Yeah, I mean, I remember bits of it. I was more of a Rudolph guy in my youth, the claymation Rudolph. So
You can watch all
That
of
one
those.
that one I have seen.
see,
Yeah. With the big snowman, the big abominable snowman guy. Yeah. Yeah. That one's classic.
The Bumbo, that's what they call him. Bumbo's bounce. Anyway,
that was nice, Fream.
yeah.
I like that.
All right.
With like the guy with the beard and the pickaxe.
Yeah, Cornelius.
Oh yeah.
Silver and
Lives.
gold.
Burl Lives as the
Narrator.
Oh, he's the narrator. Yeah.
Yeah.
he's the-
What is it? The snowman? I forgot his
snowman.
name.
He was a snowman. Yep.
We got a question from Big L. I'm going to mention on the show, and Prue kind of already answered it. What if in The Walking Dead, Clementine was actually named Grapefruit?
Yeah, it's not as cutesy.
Nope.
It would be a little more clumsy than Clementine.
Is
So
there
I
a
think
better fruit name that we can come up with for Clementine?
Banana.
no. Here's the thing. Clementine, I think it's because it takes place in Georgia, so I think that's kind of the whole point.
Yeah, but the whole season 2, they kept talking to her about peaches, right? Clementine's not a peach, is it?
Because no.
Yeah, it's
But
orange.
She looks like the girl on the peach. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the peach cans. Yeah. Which is kind of a pretty funny gag in that episode. But also, I don't think of. Well, I'm not going to say any other fruit because I can't think of all the fruits right now. But there are only a certain amount of fruit names that lend themselves well to people. So.
Oh, Fug says Gros Michel, or whatever the hell that banana's called. So it'd be
French name that
inappropriate.
none of us can pronounce.
It'd be inappropriate to call her Peach Fuzz. Like that's.
Oh God, free! Don't you have kids? Jeez. Oh, we went to a weird place
it's
today.
the fur on
No,
the
I
peach.
get it. No,
that's what
that's
it
fine.
is, right?
All right. What's the next piece of feedback? Let's go. Let's keep moving forward.
Kung Fu Skills asks, the best game within a game. He mentions that Destiny 2 has a completely unrelated game of soccer. I don't know if you guys have seen that in the farm. There's just this random soccer goal in there. Actually, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 has a soccer match. He mentioned Sam and Max with those terrible driving mini games. What is the best game within a game? Do you guys have one? I can think of an easy one, and it's Geometry Wars inside of Project Gotham. Like, it was completely by accident, but they're like, I'd actually rather play this than anything else.
I've got a good one, but I'm going to
That
go
was so
last.
What I thought of immediately was Pazak from Knights of the Old Republic, which is essentially blackjack. It's the same thing. It's not any different. So it doesn't really. I mean, it's pretty intricate. It's like, so I guess, what was that one game that came from The Witcher?
Gwent?
Gwent. I think it was like a kind of a prototype version of Gwent. Not really, obviously, but like it was a card game that you would keep playing and try to get credits to buy more cards and, to continue to play the game.
Sure.
But it was obviously much more simplified at the time. No, other than that, I was thinking, soccer in Destiny was mentioned as an example, and I was just thinking that, well, I'll just go play Rocket League. But there's no Rocket League within Rocket League.
No,
I'll just go play Rocket League.
Stushnikin just took mine. Flappy Goat. I was ready to launch that one. Flappy Goat, best minigame within a minigame. I was listening to somebody trying to do Flappy Goat. What party was I in where they were trying to figure that thing out? Oh man, the rage that was building in their voice. that is an awful achievement to go for. The Destiny soccer thing is I mean, it's kind of funny, but yeah, I don't know if you can maybe I haven't actually played it, but I think you get more in the Plants vs. Zombies soccer mode than anything else.
Real quickly, I will just say that I'd forgotten that Geometry Wars was part of Project Gotham, and I love Geometry Wars, so I think
Geometry Wars originated from Project Gotham.
Yeah, it was in the load screen, right? Or was it is there an arcade cabinet in the garage? I can't remember which.
I never played Project Gotham. I just had known that it was the same team, and they kind of somehow snuck it in the game or in one form or another.
Right. Well, then, and like, nobody else could do it because they had a patent on games within a games, and so no one could do that. See, they blackballed everybody from being able to add those games. We got a lot of people talking about poker in Red Dead Redemption. That was actually a good poker simulator.
I like Liar's Dice.
Liar's Dice. I mean,
it's just
too.
Poker. It's kind of like.
Does it count? I don't. Yeah,
whatever.
I don't know if that really
counts.
counts.
I don't know. Just play a poker game. Like.
Yeah, there's lots of poker games.
But
play.
Anyway, so I've got one.
Yep.
That you guys didn't think. Achievements.
Oh well, technically, yeah. It is kind of.
I'm. For those audio listeners, I am visibly shaking my head.
Well, I mean, we could hear you. You did make a big.
That was a sigh. Yep, and I'll go ahead and facepalm too, like that. You know,
that's a game within a game that we play a lot.
We're not talking meta games, though.
It's a game outside of the game.
Yeah, that's a meta game.
Inside of it. So.
This is like actually a built-in thing. Our Cooper S11 mentioned it that it's in the garage. Is Geometry Wars. We have Oz Bunny Boy has the Fallout games that you play on your little Pip-Boy. Those little green jobbers in there. Deadlight.
They don't have to be green. You pick the color.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know,
mine was green.
Default is green. Yeah.
Deadlight had those 3. Remember, like the old Tiger handheld things?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, had 3 of those. Wasn't there a Game & Watch one inside of a Mario title? I know it was
Fug
in, like...
mentioned Vivian Clark, which is probably better than the game that it's in.
Yes, absolutely. Gosh, what else was there? The what was it? Oh, in Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops, there was the twin stick shooter.
There was also
in there. That was kind of fun.
Wasn't like Zork or whatever also in Call of Duty Black Ops?
Zork was in Black Ops. Yep, you could play Zork.
I remember. The other thing I was going to say was zombies in Call of Duty World at War. The first zombies before it was like
a thing.
The selling point of the game,
right?
Because I remember that as like a kind of just a fun side thing.
Yeah,
like when it first came out, before it just blew up and like became the whole game.
Fug mentions Lucio Ball in Overwatch, and Fufu Cuddly Poof says Griff Ball in Halo. All the things that spawn out of those.
But are those really games, though, or just game modes? Because Griff Ball was a game mode.
Yeah, that toes the line. And Big L mentions that... he says the card game in Final Fantasy VIII. I was thinking of Blitzball in what, Final Fantasy 13? What the hell, 10? What the hell was that in? Whatever Blitzball was in. That was kind of fun. Those are always, they're fun, except then when you want to get those achievements and you have to it's like, oh my god, I got to do so much of this side project thing. Like, I just want to, enjoy it for a little bit. But anyway. Cool. Well, do we have any other questions that we need to address here? I think as far as the show goes, that pretty much covers it. Do you have any knobs and discos that we didn't cover in the Ubisoft thing, Randy?
I do. So, good news for Friday the 13th. The unobtainable achievement was fixed. It's a PhD in murder achievement, so that has been fixed. Turtle's Quest that we mentioned last week, I believe, that has also been fixed. So it's a good week for knobs and discos. Much better than the recent, very depressing week. So that's good. Just a couple fixes.
Perfect. What are you guys planning on doing this week? You guys have any big gaming plans ahead of you? Randy, you had mentioned you got a buddy up, and might be dipping into PUBG. That'll be exciting.
We'll see. We'll probably play some Sports League or something. Maybe play some board games. I'm hoping we get some board games going, because it's been a long time since I've had anyone to play board games with. I don't know. Probably not a whole lot of achieving.
Okay,
but we'll see.
I should pull up my my calendar of what I'm going to try to do this next week. Well, Prue, why don't you tell us what you are going to be up to?
Well, this weekend I'm a little busy, but what I'm going to be doing this upcoming week is definitely entirely determined by UHH.
Oh, that's right.
That'll be very exciting. I will definitely try to get as much as I can in up until Monday, but then when that list hits on Monday, that will decide what I'm going to be doing that week. I'm actually going to really try to focus, especially early on UHH. I want to get as far as I possibly can. Of course, things may come up. I'm not sure, but I'm excited about it, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm really hoping for some crossovers with Random To-Do List.
I know.
And if there's any crossover between the two, I will definitely focus on that thing first. But, yeah, absolutely. From Monday to Monday to Monday to Monday, it's going to be UHH 100%.
Good call. I forgot about that. That means then I have to do my Omerta DLC this weekend because DLC's not showing up on the UHH. So I wanted to finish that DLC to recomplete that game. I've got a long list of 360 titles this next week. Enslaved Odyssey of the West, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Darksiders 2, and Catan on the Xbox 360. So yikes, I don't know if I'll be able to get to that. I'm hoping so. Of those games I just mentioned, I'm hoping for crossovers. Darksiders 2 has a pretty good chance because that was games with gold, and a lot of people have those. All those games with gold titles show up constantly on Random To-Do List or the UHH head-to-heads. So we'll see. We'll see what happens on those. I'm pretty pumped about the upcoming lists. That'll be fun. And with that, there's a few other things I wanted to do before we close out the show. Zombie news, of course. So I found this. Now it's a PC game, and it's definitely not even close. But there's a game coming out called Raise the Dead, and it is an open world game where you're a survivor in this zombie world, and your goal is to find this cure to the zombie plague. And it's very cutesy, like Slime Rancher. Essentially a Slime Rancher. You're out there catching zombies, putting them in things, and then you're doing. They mentioned in this Kotaku article that it's a little more violent than Slime Rancher, but you and they don't eat their own excrement, but they you have to do experiments on them, and you can. So how in Slime Rancher you can like use your little vacuum gun and suck them up, or you can like launch them out. It's very similar, only you can shoot them and kill them, or you can zap them with a taser to stun them, so you can capture them and bring them back into whatever stasis tube you have in, and then you just kind of research them, and it's essentially Slime Rancher with zombies, called Raise the Dead, coming out. I think it's in beta right now on Steam. No, it's in super early alpha is what it's called. And they mentioned 2017, 2018 on the Steam page. Who knows what that means as to when that might be coming out. But if you like Slime Rancher and you like zombies, then keep your eye out for Raise the Dead. That should be a good time. Last thing I want to mention while I have everybody here on the show, and I didn't get to do it last week because I was, I guess lazy is the right word. I'm going to go with tired. Maybe tired's the right way. Is contest winners. I have it all here ready to go. I forgot this one. We do have one more question that I forgot to ask. It comes from Kush Moose. He asked on the forums. He said, Prue, how weird was it going to dinner with Randy and his wife, Mrs. 2727, wearing paper bags over their heads?
So I can answer this because we did. And they brought these lovely, lovely bags that appeared to be hand-woven just for me. So I felt very included. It was really nice. We had a really good time. And it wasn't weird at all. The only awkward part was that the other people in the restaurant were kind of like weirded out by it. But I couldn't see them very well because I didn't have a very good peripheral vision with those tiny holes in the bags that I was wearing. But
you just learned to get over their judgment.
I did.
Yeah, very quickly.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. So I'm just gonna I'll do winner action here with the contests. Then we can talk about any other contest stuff at the tail end of the show. But I want to announce winners while I have people here. Maybe they're in chat right now. Not that I have the prizes sitting here ready to go, but let's start with the Gamertag Challenge. We had 20 people submit entries for that with 186 chances to win. And the winner this month, Philip Wendell, comes away with this 5% chance of winning. He got all of ZZ Urban Spaceman for that. This month that we're in right now for September is Sea Monkey Powder. So good luck on that one. 15 bits and bobs there. We have Zombie Month was August, and how many? We had only 17 people who signed in for that, but there were 642. What am I trying to say? Chances, entries into the pool, and our winner, who I do know is in chat because I saw him jaw-jacking in there, Saucy Slingo. He takes down Zombie Month, so you'll have a code coming your way in a private message. Saucy, congratulations on winning the Zombie Month. That is awesome. Finally, the other one I'll do here, and I'll save the Patreon giveaway. So we have 2 Patreon giveaways this month. One, I got a game, and the other, I got a card, a code. So I will do a draw for that later. But the random to-do list, right? We finished the year-long 4th annual random to-do list, but we had to pay out August for that monthly winner. And we had in that month, that can't be right. It says 108, but I think it was 81 different people who were in this month of, so for August, 81. And we had how many people unlocked achievements? See, I should have had all this planned ahead. We had 397 achievements unlocked amongst all 80 people. So congratulations there. The big winners of the month, really 2 who put a ton of them down. Chin Doctor had the most points, obviously. He had 22 achievements. Kingsman, 26, 25, 23 achievements for about 6,000. ZZ Urban Spaceman only had 15, but he was in 3rd with 4,000 points. A nice month for him. Overall, so let's do the winner. The random draw winner with 5 achievements for 900 TA points, 917, with a 0.13% chance of winning. Marky Behoy, 89. So congratulations there. Here's what everybody was waiting for. The overall contest winners, we had, as far as points, and again, not necessarily done completely on the up and up, but I can't argue with his output, was Chin Doctor with 51,000 points, over 51,000 points for the whole contest. NBA Kirkland in 2nd place with 49,500. And then we had Big L in 3rd place with 45,000. And those are, by far the 3 most prominent point scorers in the year-long competition. You guys did an awesome job all year with that. But that's not actually the same order in which number of achievements have been unlocked, because NBA Kirkland actually unlocked more achievements than Chin Doctor did. But, Chin Doctor truncated his list so that he could get a whole bunch of easy or high ratio achievements. That's why we implemented the new cap, because we didn't want that, that abuse again. I'm trying to get I'm running way too many things on my computer right now, and so it is tragically slow. But we had, so those were the points. I'll just do top 10 real quick. Chin Doctor, NBA Kirkland, Big L, those are 1, 2, 3. Crunchy Goblin 68, Jess Striker, Enigma Gamer 77, Buffalo of Lies, Kingsman 26, 25, Koosh Moose, and Proulx
Woohoo!
You got 10th place.
Yes.
I got 23rd place for my in achievements, which that's not so bad out of like 100 some people. Top 25. I'll take that. As far as achievements earned, number of achievements, first place NBA Kirkland with 208. Big L in third with 201. Beats Chin Doctor, who only had 200. And then there's a decent drop-off. Enigma Gamer 77 with 182. Crunchy Goblin with 163. Jess Striker just one behind at 162. Buffalo of Lies 150. Koosh Moose 148. And Prue, you're in there, 138. And 10th place was Kingsman 2625 with 133. I got 84 achievements and was in 27th place. Sorry, Randy, I didn't even bother looking you up. I forgot.
Yeah, I got a lot of big ratio ones, but that's about it.
Yeah. Also, Tarragon, if you go back into the forums, forum.zzz.com, and click on the 4th annual random to-do list, it's an archived, well, it's not archived, but it's closed, it's ended. But Tarragon actually put together everybody's historical lists. So if you're curious about, the ones that got away, that you didn't complete, or just what you had on your lists month in and month out. And you actually, he put that JavaScript in there too, so you can actually add all of those achievements back into your to-do list if you, for whatever reason, want to go back and bother those old ones. You can do that too. So there we have it. I think that is then going to do it for the show. Again, random to-do list means ultimate head-to-head, means that dictates what we're playing. And so I don't really have anything else to say other than I want to thank everybody so much who came and hung out with us in the stream. I want to thank everybody for listening. And if you're listening to the audio portion of the podcast and you gave us some time and downloaded, thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. You can... if you want to help the show out financially, we would love to have your support through our Patreon, which is Patreon/ZZ. You can find us through there. And everything's appreciated. Thank you so much to all of our existing patrons. You guys are awesome. I will be pulling the giveaway for that and announcing it toward the end of the show after this here. And then also, if that's too much to ask, which we get, hey, I totally understand, giving us a rating on iTunes or wherever you listen to this podcast would be super helpful as well. We've mentioned our website multiple times, z2z.com. That's where the show lives and breathes, and the show notes are there. So if you're curious about things that we've talked about, you can find links to those types of things. But you might as well also come to our forums where all our contests are, forum.zzz.com. And if you're just more interested in chatting and gaming with us, you can come to my personal Discord channel. That's where everybody hangs out, is discord.me/Freamhole, and that is FREAMWHOLE. As far as communication, I mean, the Discord chat is great, but you can also hit us up on Twitter at ZZZEDTOZED. Our email address, contact@ZZ.com. And so I might as well let Prue, Randy, you guys, why don't you sign yourselves out as well? Let people know where they can find you. Prue, you can kick that off.
Absolutely. People can find me, obviously, on TA or Xbox or anywhere like that under the name Prue, which doesn't probably spell like you would, yes, like you would think it would. It's PROULX. And if you want to get me on just social media, you can find me on Twitter at OneUpDan. That's the number 1, not the word.
Perfect. And Randy?
You can find me on Twitter at Randy2727 or on True Achievements at my page, Crandy. Wonderful. And I've been Freamhole, Twitter at Freamhole, FREAMWHOLE. Pretty much that's where you can find me everywhere. So, on behalf of Randy and Prue for the live show, I have been Brandon, and to all of you achievement hunters and Gamerscore junkies out there, thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you next episode. But you should stick around and listen to Reviews Ed with Damien and Planting. Those chaps are delightful. So thank you to them as well for all that you guys do for the show, and don't forget our moderator in the chat, Doughboy.
Well, guys, we'll catch you a next live episode, which I don't know when that's going to be, but we'll lock that down in the near future. Play me out, Randy.
All right. So thanks for that introduction, Fream. Assuming we were introduced and not just dropped in on the end of the show. So back for another week of Review Zed with my co-host, Planting 42, Warren.
What's up?
And this week I guess we played. Is that really? Yeah, I guess it's a game.
We pushed buttons. We played.
We did play Chromagun, published and developed by Pixel Maniacs. This actually was released to Xbox One on August 23rd, 2017, with an Xbox Live store price of $14.99. So I think when we were talking about I unfortunately, I know there's some people out there that will either be shocked or whatever. I haven't fully played through Portal, but this, from what I can tell, was Portal Light.
Yeah, if nothing else, I would definitely say heavily inspired by Portal.
Would you even say to the point of maybe ripped off?
These guys have their cake and want to eat it too.
Yeah, I guess with an achievement that's not a lie, find the hidden cake. You're like, yeah, I don't know. It's I came up with the movie plot for a intergalactic battle with I'll call it Sun Battles. And there will be a main heroic guy by the name of James Airpacer. Right? Yeah. It's my own idea.
Sure, run with it.
Yeah, no. I might heavily borrow from others. So that's what I felt Chromagun was. So you're in a lab.
Well, they say imitation's the sincerest form of flattery, so.
Yeah. So you're in a lab, and it's technically a first-person shooter because it's first-person view, and you get a gun, a color gun.
Would you call this a paintball game?
Ooh, it might actually be. It'd be the first time you get to play a paintball game, and you don't get to shoot other people. You get to shoot some robots or spheres.
Droid things, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so, the game starts off and you get a gun that you get to shoot colors at, and it shoots the three primary colors, red, yellow, blue, for those that don't remember what the three primary colors are. With the newborn, I get to do so much with color. I will never now forget Roy G. Biv. I will always remember the order of the color of a rainbow. I'm not going to sit there.
True, but will you remember off the top of your head when you're pressed for time what makes purple?
Yeah. Sometimes I have that red, yellow. No, that was the orange. Darn, restart level. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I've done that so many times.
Yeah. So, so the game is, so there's eight chapters, and as you advance in the chapters, they do increase the difficulty of the puzzles. It is a puzzle game at its heart, but I never really felt by the end of 8 that it really got. There's a few levels that had some ridiculous timing requirements. Like, you literally had to make the 4 shots and then the final shot to go run. There's like a few that the timing was just throwing a controller frustrating at times. Not
I'm
super like
stuck on one of those right now in chapter 5, actually.
Is that the one where you have to go and you have to shoot the blue, so the balls go in the middle, but you have to shoot like 2 on your left, 2 on the right, and then it'll open the door in the middle, and then you got to shoot it like right.
That's the one.
Yep. There's that, and once you've mastered that, that's the hardest one in the whole game. Which is kind of weird.
Because all of a sudden the difficulty just ramps up insane. I'm like, wait. They give me all this time, and all of a sudden it's gone. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I got to concentrate.
What's really annoying is after that, the difficulty ramps back down to where it was before. So it's very weird. Yeah, you get this one time, you're like, what the? Why? I mean, don't get me wrong. If that became the challenge throughout the rest of the game, that reminds me of Action Hank, right? You get towards the end, and then you go, wow, that was really easy at the beginning. Thanks for those easy achievements. Okay, now I'm playing through. By the time you get through 6, 7, and 8, it's just, can I just get this done with? It's 6 level. Like, they even got to the last chapters. There weren't even seven puzzles in the level. It went down to 6. It's like, even it almost felt like the developers are like, yeah, I give up. I'm done. Whatever. Like last level, here, just walk in, get your final 2. Peace out. And you're like, thanks for the Gamerscore. Which, maybe we should make this to the segue.
Oh, yes.
G-Task hot takes. Can we preload this?
Yes, you can preload this. There are story-related achievements, but there's enough other stuff that's missable-ish that, considering how the chapter select is really good, there's no reason why you can't just go back and snag them. I mean, there are some pretty juicy achievements that you could save.
Yeah, I mean, solve a chamber without firing a single shot. You can go back and get that one. Just go to the level select. There's 120 20 Gamerscore.
150 for rescuing the worker droid in Vive 3.
I don't know if you can miss that.
Oh, you can. I had to go back for him.
Really?
If you do not shoot an extra color, it will hit the electrified floor tile and die. And then you did not save it.
Oh, well, it's good to know. So, okay, so you could preload that. You know, there's 270.
There's a couple hundred easily.
Yeah, the not a lie. The cake, you would not have found it if you didn't know where to look.
There's nothing that says that you have to jump on the floor tile, so I guess you could save those. The worker droid getting fried, it actually is story related. You're not going to be able to save that one.
Yeah, but I mean, really, in essence, the game's 2 to 3 hours, so I don't really.
Very true.
You preload it by buying it and just leaving it in your unplayed category. I mean, so. Yeah, for the Gamerscore, yeah, it's nice, it's quick. I didn't find anything really missable, but I really just, as we were joking early on, it really feels like a very, for lack of a better term, a poor man's Portal.
Yes and no. I mean, Portal involved putting things that let you walk around, so there was a little more strategy to it, perhaps. This is mixing colors. I'm not really sure that. I mean, there's one level in particular I can think of where you really have to kind of approach it and take your time planning out which of the workers you like let go where. Otherwise, you're gonna fail the level. But for the most part, yes, it's just a mindless. Okay, I need red there, splat. I need yellow there, splat, and away you go.
But I mean, that's the, like, I guess the point of contention for me in terms of a puzzle. There was only a few spots where I had to sit there and think about it, going, I go look back at the way I had to put a lot more thought into their puzzles. Like if I go back to hey, is this 2 puzzle games week to week? Okay. If I look back at the puzzles we played, I do not feel, outside of the one level that you're stuck at, which you'll just be happy once you're done with it. But I didn't really get that sense of, I really figured anything out. Like, I didn't need to look at I think, like, on that one, I looked at a strategy guy going, am I making this any harder than it has to be? No, that's just how hard. Okay.
It's just a matter of learning the timing and which ones to hit, and then make sure you stand on that center spot.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, again, so that's what kills me on the price for this one. I mean, $15. I mean, it's not bad looking.
No, it's not a bad looking game, and it's very simple to pick up. There's no real, there's no hard parts of the puzzles that you're just not going to grasp. I mean, you start in on it, and we know colors. If you're of the age that you can hold a controller, you know colors, so you really can't mess up the puzzles, unless, of course, I guess you're colorblind. But no.
I don't know. My son is. I can go see if he can play it. Yeah, that'd be the interesting. I mean, but other than that, though, but I'm looking at the stats on Xbox One, and I think I'm at the tail bottom of most of the people. Brown enemies. So this is how many times you've made enemies brown by mixing more than 2 colors. And I did 5. The number one person on my thing is 70, but 5.
I'm on 2.
Yeah.
And I've shot 21 cameras because I don't like the way they look at me.
I only shot 4.
Wow, you're nice.
I finished the game. Enemies grilled, 45. Highest is 122. This, I think, is the epitome. Shots fired. I've completed the game. I'm never going to play it again. 1,566. That was an interesting break. Thank you, our wonderful recording software. So I've shot 1,566 shots. The highest person's 8,000. So I don't know how you shot 4 times the amount because I'm done. Why am I going to go back and just shoot 6,000?
He loves the game, man. He played it, obviously, 4 times.
I know. I mean, and so I guess that's the thing. There's not a lot of replay value. So for $15, it's kind of quick. And once you're done, it wasn't like I want to go back and play the puzzles again.
No, I'm sharing your feelings here. For a $9, $10 price point, I would have said this was not a bad deal. 15's really stretching it. I would say wait for a sale for this puppy.
Yeah, I mean it's good for GTAS, good for if you want score for a quick 1,000 gamers score. It's good for that. Not very challenging, and yeah, kind of pricey for a quick 2 to 3 hour run through of a simple color shooting game. Paintball,
yes.
All right. So I guess with that, we'll throw it back over to you, Fream. Warren, as always, thanks for stopping by, and catch you all next week.
Peace.